Hi, my name's Sam Chapman, and I've done my own personal development for over 15 years now, and more actually. And I have also been a coach for over 10 years. Um, so as I've coached people, I've always, worked with high achievers, people who want to get more. And I'm not sure if you can hear my cockerel in the background. That's quite funny. So what I guess I started in the industry was wanting to help people who wanted to better their lives. And what I found for myself was within the industry, it's become very, very saturated with a lot of coaches and a lot of information on self-development. And I find it can be a little bit overwhelming. And so I always like to tell the truth as a person, doing the journey because I believe in what I do. So I always have my own coaches. Now, what I found is that personally, I have a really strong inner child. Now, what that means is I can be quite stubborn, and if something is frightening to me, my body will react differently. And that this is simply me really understanding who I am and the way I work. And what I realized was if I feel that I'm trying to change myself at all, I will have massive sabotage to that. And what that actually means is, to my mind, the little girl in me says, what's wrong with me? Why are you trying to change me? So it's been a huge emotional full circle for me to realize that when I first started with self-development, yes, and originally it was, when I had depression, to overcome that, and I did, and I started helping lots of other people. But after that, it was about self-discovery, to really understand who I was, to get the best out of my life. And then what I realized was I'd missed the reason that I was going into it, and almost had become on that train of keep development, keep moving on. And actually what I'd done is I started a new program. And within doing the new program, it made me feel like I had to change, which then said I'm not enough and I'm wrong to my internal unconscious and my inner child. And what that did was that created a massive, and I would say that it definitely is dependent on the coach, and everybody's unique, and the right person for the right person is completely true. And if you have the right fit, you can find a way to alter things and work together. And what I would say was, for me personally, I started to feel like I wasn't doing enough. I was wrong, and everything I did was not enough. And I hadn't really understood what had happened. And then I realized I was feeling like I had to change and I wasn't good enough. And when I realized the way that is best for me personally to create some more abundance or more peace in my life is simply to accept who I am. And there's the strategy and there's the technique. It's not just because when people say, just relax, that's fine. Yeah, just relax and be calm down. Really, if you're a warrior, like, that's really actually very frustrating, because you've probably tried everything that you thought you could and you still do it. So I designed these techniques and this system based on some self-development that I'd done, that actually not made me feel it triggered my old stuff, and just wasn't the right system for me. So what you've got to remember is that when somebody designs something, it's something they've done for themselves, and everybody's individuals. Now, there may be a 10% of the individuals in the world that works for, and that's still a lot of people. But there also may be 10% of the world that doesn't work for, because it's not the right system for them. And that is why I love the qualification of coaching that I learned. I'm not saying I'm a coach and I'm just, teaching you and advising you on something that worked for my life, although I do agree with mentoring as well. What I love is the system of coaching believes that everything's within you, and it empowers you by getting you to create your own systems. So it's a language and it's a system that takes you through a process to get to an end result of clarity and action that works in the right way for you. So it's not, here's my system, you go and try it. Now, again, like I say, I do that where I'll say, here's my system. But as a qualified coach, I also know that if it's not right for someone, I'll tweak it and I'll go, oh, what would be best for them? Do they have a strong inner child? What's their, you know, like their inner warrior like? What's their adult like? And there's plenty of books on these systems and understanding all the different parts of self, because they really are there. And when you can get that union within you and get that balance, your body naturally wants to do something. So if you're feeling like something is a strain and people say, oh, just keep going, that is just not the way I ever work. What I do is, if you've got a block, it's called a fear paralysis. If you keep hitting that block and you've hit that wall, there's nothing you're going to do to get around that wall, okay, because you've hit a fear paralysis. You either got to wait till it burns itself out and you calm down, or you go around the wall. And when I say that, I mean strengthen around you the other strengths, so that that does not feel like such a big deal, okay? So what we do is we strengthen the different parts of personalities that are strong, or other parts that aren't in the fear paralysis. And a quick tip for that is, I was, say for instance, if I want to do better in work, I want to create something else in work, it's like an opposition. You can create an opposition in yourself if you focus on it too much. And people say, oh, do a visualization. No, that doesn't work either. It really doesn't, because a visualization without the feelings and without you getting rid of the old stories, it just basically puts a layer. And even the speech, when people say change your language in, just change language in, no, that doesn't work, okay? Because if you don't go to the root cause and then help yourself feel good enough in that, then nothing you put on top of that, no languaging, is going to pull out the root. It's like going and picking the leaves off a tree. So I actually, my personal experience of language and changing your language is, I had like literally got to a certain level, which was great in my life. I was doing all the things that the Zen personal development that was great, but I'd hit a ceiling for me and I wanted to hit the next level. So when I was perfect on my language and very, very positive, what I've done is I just put like a layer. It's like the same covering over roses with shit. And so what that means is, I was fine as I was, but I wanted to hit the next level. And so I needed to peel back another onion layer to get to know me again, to get to know me more. So this is what I would call, it's not self-development, it's self-awareness, okay? That is what I was looking for, to know me better. Now, as soon as I say know me better, self-development doesn't feel like there's something that I am needing to change and do wrong. It's coming back to myself. It's not changing me. It's basically saying I'm fantastic as I am and I want to get to know me better. So I call it now self-discovery, okay? And the system of self-discovery feels fun to me, okay? The system of self-development now means I've changed my languaging, but I'm not trying to change, oh, it feels bad too, which I can do very, very easily, which, oh, it's bad. No, I can change, oh, it's not very good. It doesn't feel very good. You can change your languaging for your brain, and there's, you know, reasons for all that. However, I want to hear my languaging, because if I do not listen to my languaging and understand what is going on, then I can't understand where I can learn more about myself. So now, instead of self-development, I've just parked that completely. I don't want to do that anymore. And when I stopped doing that, and then I realized, but I do want to get to know me more. That's really exciting. That's self-discovery and self-awareness, and that's fun. So no longer am I on a journey of self-development. I'm great as I am. I've got everything that I desire or want in my life, and I'm very, very blessed. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm like perfect all the time or happy all the time, but nor am I rushing to be, because I don't believe as a human being that you're supposed to be happy all the time. I don't agree with that. I think that's a lot of rubbish, because at the end of the day, if I don't feel pain, then it doesn't tell me, oh, you've got your hand over the cooker there in your life and there's fire, so it's going to burn you. If you didn't feel the pain, you wouldn't take it off and your skin would be ruined. So the pain is simply to say, oh, hey, this doesn't feel like something I want to do, or actually it's just a lesson, and it may give me an amazing lesson here that means that there's something else further on in the timeline of my life that I don't fully understand yet, that it saves me from, helps me, or gives me the power and the knowledge to do something fantastic. So that's my personal experience of self-development, and I want to be really honest with you and just say to you, if you're a person who genuinely wants to understand how cool you are and maybe get to know yourself a little bit better and get to know what your strengths are and also what you may deem as weaknesses, but I could see maybe there's some things in there that you could maybe flip that and help it make something amazing in your life, then give me a message on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel, have it all, and get in contact. And I have, some free resources and a course that's only like $9.99 now, that most of the people who've come on with me go through first. So I've got so many things that I would love to give you to help you on that self-discovery and really realizing that loving yourself, love yourself, what does that even mean? How about we just get to know me and then just see where it goes from there with no pressure. It's just like going on a date, right? No expectations. So have a great day, and I hope that's helped you. Lots of love. Bye.